Hi, my name's Dee, your Professor of Woo Woo, and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, and welcome to your monthly general readings for November. It's a bulk introduction this time because I get really bored of saying the same thing over and over and over again. So, general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You know, if you want to look at your Saturn, have a look at your Saturn. So if you don't know what all those positions are in your birth chart, there's a link as ever down below to go and get yourself a free birth chart. And as ever, start thinking about this now. I would like you to ask a question prior to me starting the reading. So once this introduction is over, take a moment, think about all of the questions that are around you, focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them because the cards do not have the same sense of priority that you and I do, and therefore they may feel that something else is more important. So, with my readings, there is a past and a present in the spread. If the past and the present do not fit, the reading is not for you. Simple as that. Don't take what resonates, ignore it, move on to your moon sign, your rising sign. In fact, always watch your rising sign, and really, if you've only got time for one of them, watch your rising more than your sun sign. So, as ever, general reading rules apply. You know, timing's far from absolute with tarot. Theoretically, I can get energies mixed up as into who's creating that energy. It doesn't happen a lot, but it is possible. So I like to add that. And obviously, I'm a YouTuber. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. It really helps. But I'm trying to grow the channel. And on that note, if you caught my live stream from last weekend, well, from Halloween, Samhain, then I aim to be diversifying. I'm going to start between now and Christmas opening a Patreon, an OnlyFans, because why not? BitChute, and what's the other one? Odyssey. They're allegedly a bit of a refuge for the alt-right. Therefore, I think maybe it needs some other voices on there, and I'm as uncomfortable with the censorship on YouTube as they are. But obviously, you know, that doesn't mean please do not fail to subscribe here. Vimeo, I think I'm going to try Vimeo, and obviously I want to be able to devote more time to this. So you tell me what you would like to see from a do you want extended readings? Do you want exclusive content? And as ever, stay tuned to the channel to see what fascinating interviews that I have coming up. Because I've had confirmation this morning that Friday coming up for me, so I'll upload it Saturday or Sunday, I will be introducing John Ostrander, the creator of Suicide Squad. Yes, the 2 Suicide Squad movies. There's some stories he's written way back in the 80s that I want to talk to him about, and it does have a relationship to my general woo-woo theme. Plus, I love comics, so why not? Now, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed so far. If you haven't seen the Samhain live stream, go and have a look. And also, I appeared last Thursday night on D.H. Thorne's live stream. And hopefully I will remember to put that link below. There's a link tree down there so you can get me from, you know, my Tumblr or my Twitter. And there's a Facebook page link for this channel down there where you can approach me for a personal reading if that's what you want to. I mean, you can probably approach me on Tumblr and what have you, but trust me, direct message through Twitter, an email, or the Facebook page is the one that I'm likely to discover the soonest. So is there anything else that I want to add? Right, so this time where are my boxes? I'm going to be using the TV series channel, Tarot. I'm going to be using the Tarot Illuminati, where I can't see it. Oh, here's the box. And this time, you know how I like to clarify with trading cards, I've got hold of some Bleach collectible card game cards. So if you don't know what Bleach is, it's a short anime from Japan when I say short, there's about 360 episodes, and I believe there's a new series coming out. So hopefully that's quite topical. And I'm going to be having oracle cards of, ooh, I just wrecked the desk, Mists of Avalon, the Fallen Angel oracle cards, and the Saints and Mystics oracle. I love these. I really love these. They're so much fun. Is there anything else that I need to say? Yes, general reading. So if the reading is for you, take the whole lot, all of it. Because knowing my cards, there may be something that you don't really want to hear, and that's probably the bit that you need to pay attention to. However, I am not saying that you should follow me or my cards' advice. What I am saying is that you should think about it and then make a decision, but think about it in the light of what the reading says, because they are supposed to be useful for you. So, like I say, ask your question. I've talked for long enough. Ask your question and let me bring up the cards. Okay, Taurus, I rather feel that you're in a holding pattern at the moment. We have the King of Wands as the central point in time where you are. Clarified with the Seven of Swords and Yoroichi. Now, it's almost like there's a side project that you are considering. It's like something has... I do get the sense of something's come to a completion. We have Naberius here with completion. We have Ceridwen here, who represents transformation and artistry. We've got transformation, creativity, inspiration, and rebirth on the card. Ceridwen was quite the powerful witch, if I remember correctly. Maybe I need to go and check my notes. But how you are feeling is that you are feeling like you've taken a step back, or you're taking a step back, rather. There's an idea that you are wanting to follow. There's an idea that you are nursing, but everything is still at the moment. Notice Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck and King of Cups. It's like you've come to a certain point where what you have been achieving, you've done all that you need to do. You have come to the point where, do I need to carry on with this? Well, no, not really. And I'm not saying that you're walking away from anything or that you're quitting something. It's just that you have achieved what you meant to achieve with the previous period of life, previous project, whether this is a work thing or a relationship thing. You know, say if it's a relationship thing, you have achieved that understanding between you and your partner, that you'd wanted to get your point across or understand what the other partner was talking about, wanting, thinking, feeling. And you've reached that point. It's almost like, what now? And when it comes to what now, there's a bit that you sort of know the answer to it, but I think that it is, you can stay where you are. That's fine. You know, you have achieved what you wanted to achieve, and you can sit in that level of mastery, if you like, you know, going, yep, I've got to the top of my class and I'm just going to stay here. Or you can go and do something that is a greater challenge. And I think you are wanting that greater challenge, because that you completing your thing, whatever it was. It's almost like you had a final push at the end. You called all of your resources together. You managed to... you may have had some external help. I'm not sure whether you did or not, but if you did, then they added an element that you couldn't possibly have added anyway. So it's not like they have turned round and saved you or anything. It's just like you had 9 of the 10 ingredients and they had that final ingredient, and they turn up going, is it my time to pitch in now? And that's helped create this completion. So right now it's like, do I stay here, or Do I remove myself and go where I'm being led? Because you know where you're being led is something that you can't necessarily reveal it yet. You can't turn around and say, right, this is where I'm heading. There is some reason why you can't just speak it out, whether it is to your employer or to your partner or to the family or to the group of friends, whatever your question is about. But there's a certain joy in where you can see that you're heading, because there is a certain challenge in where you can see that you're heading. We have the strength card here, clarified by the sun. It's like you're getting to use your muscle, whether that means physically, emotionally, creatively. You're getting to use your muscle, but it's something where Seven of Wands down here that there's going to be opposition to. It's almost, I feel like facing that opposition is the good idea, is the thing that you get to be a little bit rebellious. And do you know what? That's okay, because you have achieved that mastery, and now you have, I want to say, the authority to turn around and go, right, I've done that, now I'm going to do this. And you know what? I only know how to do half of it, but that's what I'm going to do next, which is going to create quite a transformation in your world. And this may well have been an option, right? So what you've shored up, what you've created so far, you had to, because you were protecting something, you were defending something, you were repairing something even. And that gave you a good dream about how to take it further. You made a decision to commit to that thing. Now, that opened up a new world for you, and also taught you an element of patience, also taught you an element of where you needed to learn. But another way of reading these cards is you've hit graduation. What do you do now? Do you stay a student, or do you move on to do something completely new? Obviously, if you're remaining a student, you're still doing something completely new, but it's in a field or in an environment where, if you've been in academia for, say it's a degree and you're thinking about going on to a master's, you're still remaining in that academic environment. Say it's a promotion that's been offered to you. It's you're still remaining in that singular work environment. Or there's the chance, it's the chance to do something vastly different. A chance to, well, you have leveled up. But I honestly feel that the best path, the one that creates the, how can I put it, the urge of your soul, as I think I said on the DH Thorns live stream, the do what makes your heart sing. And you know that to go and do what makes your heart sing, you are going to receive opposition. We have a Seven of Wands here. Now, the Seven of Wands is known for being defensive. Now, I often call the Seven of Wands a coming together with peers, because you can maybe not feel as equal as the people that you're going to meet. And when you get there, you find out that you're just as equal as they are. And you're just as skilled and as strong and as whatever as they are, even though in your mind you may have thought, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. You know, there's like, they're up there and I'm here and I'm supposed to be one of them and equal with them. But this time there's a challenge that you are issuing to your equals, which creates quite the transformation for you. And there is a certain amount of loss involved in that process. But interestingly, there's a certain amount of healing involved in that process. And that it's almost like you are like you are losing things. Like you are losing things that you didn't even know that you could lose. And by these things disappearing, and this is through you taking the choice of, I'm going to take the path of resistance. I'm going to take the path where people do not all agree. You know, if you're in a room of 100 people, there may be 30, there are probably more like 20 people who are like going, yeah, go on you go and do that. But the vast majority are like going, you're doing what? Why? How? You know, why would you even think of going in that direction? It's simply not done. And that's the direction that you want to be going in, according to this, because that is following the urge of your spirit, if not the urge of your heart. Now, it may be adapting a new tradition, but there's a certain rebelliousness against a more recent, like if you're in an office job, you are doing something that's against the culture of your office, which makes sense to you, but by hell do you know that this is going to be a fight. And we have Eight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Healing Ointment. By taking this step, certain things are ripped away from you. Certain things are taken from your life that you didn't even know that they could be. And what that actually reveals, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. What that actually reveals is some areas where it shows that healing is required. It shows that, oh, look, hidden behind this bookcase, there's a wound. And I've plastered it with all this information about all this other crap in front in these boxes. But press the special button or flip the lampshade or what have you, and the bookcase slides back and you lose access to a lot of that information. But it reveals a wound, maybe not yours. It might not be yours. It might be healing that you can offer to somebody else. So it might be a wound, not just, it affects you, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel that it's just yours. It could be, say you had a reaction because somebody had been nasty to you one day and you reacted against that. And then you found out why they were in such a god-awful mood that day, because something horrible had happened to them. And it makes what you experienced from them almost irrelevant. Now, it's not irrelevant because you need to say, oh, you can't do that to me. But the best way to say, oh, you can't do that to me, is to turn around and go, I know you were really nasty to me the other day, but do you need a hand? Do you need some help with something? Because I've uncovered this, this, and this. And I'm hurt by the very knowledge of this, and I had no idea. So if you have been living through this, do you want a hand? Because you probably need one. Now, I will say that also with that, there is an element of disillusionment in certain standards that have been held up around you, in certain dreams that you had had. And notice I use that in very past tense there. They're dreams that you no longer carry, but some of the beliefs around them and some of the things that are around them, you're sort of, yeah, well, yeah, I do. I can understand that I believe this and I believe that and I believe the other. And let's be honest, that was actually a load of nonsense that somebody had told me and I'd swallowed it hook, line and sinker. And oh my God, how did I never notice this? So this is what I'm getting from this Eight of Wands. Eight of Cups. As you can see that they're cups. That there is this sense of, ooh, that wasn't half as nice as it was supposed to be, or half as shiny or nutritional or whatever as it was supposed to be. I need to move on from this. And that is what creates some healing, that moving away. Now, another thing is, I want to say that some of those older dreams, because I'm referring back to this Seven of Cups here, because whenever you dedicated to that recent thing that you've just completed, it was not your only action. Now, you've always been told that it takes work to get to the point of clarity. Way back when, there was something that you put a huge amount of effort into. Ooh. With the Devil card and Rishikaku, there's something that you put a huge amount of effort into that maybe you was tricked into doing, or maybe it just seemed like there was such a structure that you needed to build with that. I don't know how to read this Devil, actually. That's unusual, because there is a sense of somebody had lied to you after you put loads and loads of effort in. But there is the sense of that Capricorn energy as well, of building a structure. But this is a structure you built a long time ago. These cards here, they represent not the recent past, but a time long ago in the past where you learned a specific lesson, for good or for ill. You know, you might have learned it well and need to use it now, or you may have learned it and it was nonsense, so you need to stop using it now. We'll find out. But there was something that you put a lot of work towards, and you was happy doing it. I see. But there was, whereas you thought you was doing a good thing, and you was doing a good thing, but there was some after effect or some consequence that made you go, oh my God, I never realized that was happening. Because, like, you bring irrigation to the fields at one point, that's fantastic. People can grow their crops. But what happens further down the river when there's less water going there? You know, people are thirsty. And it's that sort of thing that when that clarity arrived, you was like, hang on a minute, I really, really need to look into this. And you took a step back, and that was when you started this next project. You had a lot of options, that you were trying to protect what you had built while trying to ameliorate the effects of what building that thing had caused. And that is what you've just come to completion with recently. But now you're seeing your harvest, and it's good. And I've lost a card. Where's that extra card gone? Oh, that's weird. I've lost a card. But there's, oh, how bizarre. Where have I put it? Is it in here? Yes. No, it's not that one. That was there anyway. I wonder what I've just done with that. Oh, how bizarre. But anyway, you were protecting, you were sort of undoing the bad effects of what you've done while trying to keep the good effects of what you've done. And I think you were reasonably successful on this, but you've uncovered this new thing that makes you go, oh. Now, the harvest that you have achieved is a good harvest. It is one that, no. I don't know where I've put that other card. It's just vanished. But go figure. Here we are. 8 of Cups. That was it. And so now it's almost like you want to do something very, very different this time. So this is, like I say, something that will create, oh look, 8 of Cups again. What I rather feel is a lot of your assumptions and a lot of your where you felt things were important are about to go through a severe shift. Your priorities are going to be changing by taking that path of resistance, by doing that thing that other people are criticizing. And you know what? That's okay, because again, there is a greater end that other people can't see. And I'm not saying that they can't see it. It's not even philosophy that's blocking them from seeing it. It's just they don't know, and they don't know what they don't know. You know, it is for them is where you are going is full on Donald Rumsfeld into unknown unknowns, and they can't see the point. They can't see the why. They can't see the how. They're seeing effects that they see are injurious, deleterious, however you want to put it. Um, I'm going to have to get rid of this hair. It's getting bigger and bigger as this reading goes on. And they are against, but they're only against because they don't know why. And it is up to you to find the way that, you know, sorting the wheat from the chaff and sorting the people who don't know and have been told to resist you just because they've got their culture, which is the culture that you was in, and now you're trying to move out of that particular culture. And I'm not saying culture as in a national or a geographical thing. I'm saying culture as in an office culture, a family culture, a friendship group culture. You know, micro culture, I suppose you'd call it. And then there's other people who this Queen of Swords implies to me that there are other people who they know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly why they don't want you to do what you're doing. And I think you'll find that the vast majority of people are on the former of that particular division rather than the latter. But it's almost like you're challenging some form of vested interest. But the options are going to come back again. Now, there is an element of you weren't completely happy with, oh, now, how do I put this? You were completely happy with what you've recently completed. But like the previous time, you weren't completely happy with what you had to do to complete this. And now it's like, right, now let's try and get the good result without doing the icky thing. So it's almost like you are getting rid of a whole number of options because they're just not relevant. But your aim here is to make yourself happy, obviously, and give the healing to whoever it is that you're giving the healing to, which includes you, but it's only by healing their wound do you notice your own. And all those people who don't understand and know no different, you're working for them to get them on side, even though they're going to fight you tooth and nail all along the way. And then there's the people who knew exactly what was happening and had a vested interest. And you have also got to balance their needs into account. Their needs, not their wants, their needs. That's the important thing here with this Two of Pentacles. And that is a fight that you may feel, oh God, I've got to do icky things again. I've got to do things that don't sit right. But that's not entirely true with this Hollow Mask card, because we have Two of Pentacles, there's that balancing thing. Rejection of the various options that have all been there before. Notice the cracked glass, they're just not worth it anymore. But with this Hollow Mask, it's not that you're doing an icky thing, it's that you're learning a different side of your personality, a different side of your role. I think that's the best way to, because bear in mind, say you're a police officer, you have to protect people, but you also have to capture and convict people. Well, okay, that the lawyers convict, but you know what I mean. So that there's that balance in there, because the people that you are capturing and arresting and detecting about and what have you, are also people that you are duty bound to protect, because you have to protect all of them. Now, I do think that you will have support with this, but people see you, they're cheering you on for what you've already achieved. They're not necessarily cheering you on for where you're wanting to go. But there are a couple of voices that are going, yes, well done with what you've achieved. Are you proud of yourself? And this, and they mean the well done. They really do mean the well done, because on the whole, you've achieved a good thing. But there's shades of grey involved. Let's put it that way. And you're wondering, well, can I build on what I've got? Have I got the strength to open this form of gateway? Have I got the strength to build what I need to build so that we keep the good end results, but get rid of the bad side effects? And looking at this, especially Saint Sebastian, resilience he represents. He is the one who would not give up. And there is, now this is really nice. There's healing again. We have first aid kit here. That there's a huge healing thing going on, especially with the bleach cards. We've got healing here, healing ointment here, expert medical attention here, and first aid kit here. It's almost like, what you, as long as you set out to do this, the battle isn't going to be, the battle is the voices, the battle is the points of view, the battle is the arguments, not the actual achieving what you're trying to do. Once you set your mind to it, once you go, I don't care what you think, this is what we need to do. And notice I say there, not this is not what I need to do, this is what we need to do. Because, yeah, we've irrigated our fields, but we need to make sure that downriver still gets water. So we need to do something here. And you are able to really build a structure that gives you the same power as what you have right now, with just coming to a completion and an achievement of something. Does that make sense? I'm hoping that that makes sense, because you are going to get transformed through this, whereas what you are end result creating, not too much transformation, but how you are creating it really transformed, because it's almost like you're getting rid of the bad side effects, you're getting rid of the wounds that are being caused by it, you're getting rid of the pollution, or the dismissal of people's own integrity, something like that. Okay, so I hope that means something for you, Taurus. If it does, please do comment down below. I hope it answered your question. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go and watch your rising sign if you haven't already. And really, you should watch your rising sign first. And go and watch your moon sign. But the sound of this is a very rising sign reading, because it's about, as well as how you are viewing other people, it's about how other people are viewing you. And don't take on board their criticism. Do what you know is right. Oh, I'll call it that, I think. Cheers.